What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. Today's video is all about Temporal Forces. It has officially been out for 1 week as of today when I'm recording. Lots of market changes to talk to you about. So we got the Iron Leaves and the Iron Crown that have swapped places at the top. Iron Crown is going absolutely bonkers in the marketplace, at least on TCGPlayer, with people listing it for absolutely absurd prices. So we've seen that rise. We've seen the Gastly Illustration Rare rise a lot in value. Other cards, including the Hyper Rares, not seeing a ton of value. Then we have those Ace spec cards. There's a few of those that are going for a nice dollar amount as well. So we'll take a look at all the numbers, how they've changed over the first week of Temporal Forces being released. But before we do, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm going to be giving away quite a bit of stuff. So here's some of the giveaways that I have announced already. First one being these two PSA Gem Mint 10 cards, the Voltorb and the Electrode from Japanese Classic Collection. So one lucky subscriber is going home with those. And number two, I'm giving away, well, I'm actually going to be opening this Combined Powers Premium Collection box for another lucky subscriber. So you need to subscribe to the channel with bell notifications on, hit the like button, leave a comment, and that's going to enter you to win all the prizes. There's going to be lots of giveaways for when I hit 10,000 subscribers. Appreciate it, and just make sure to do all those things, the like button and a comment on every video moving forward. I really appreciate it. Let's get to the Temporal Forces data 1 week after release. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. Walking Wake down huge from $11.34 to $2.44. Lots of these ultra rares, or the full arts as lots of people call them, are down a lot. Then we have the Raging Bolt, another huge decrease. Raging Bolt was a huge card on release day, $27.70 when I recorded that initial release day video. Now it's down to $4.04. Then we have Gouging Fire, same thing, $14.78. So this was not as big a one, but it's still down a lot, $5.37. Then we have a ultra rare trainer, the Airy, $10.62 is where it was last week. Now it's at $6.32, so down 40% or so. Not doing great. I pulled the Special Illustration Rare Airy on a recent video, and it's a creepy card, but I like it quite a bit. Explorer's Guidance, another ultra rare, down almost 50%. $10.82 is where it started. Now it's at $6.55. Then these hyper rares just have not been doing great in terms of Scarlet and Violet era. All the gold cards they're hard to pull, first of all. And number two, they just don't hold a ton of value. I mean, I guess it's the same as those rainbows and the gold cards for the most part in Sword and Shield era too. People tend to like the Special Illustration Rares. The Illustration Rares better than the Ultra Rares and the Hyper Rare gold cards, which, I mean, so do I. So who am I to say anything? Iron Boulder down to $7.47. Then Walking Wake is down $17.15 is where it was. Now it's at $10.07. Gouging Fire down to $10.10. So lots of those cards in that like $7 to $10 range basically for the hyper rares. Master Ball Ace Spec, $10.13. Barely any movement on this one. I pulled that one a couple times on the first live stream when we opened 2 cases of Temporal Forces. Pretty cool card. I actually really like the Ace Spec cards. The texture on them is phenomenal, and it's just cool. Like in my last video, I had a double banger pack with an Ace Spec card and the Special Illustration Rare, which is pretty sweet. I like that. Cypher Maniacs Code Breaking down a little bit to almost $2, $12.92 where it started. Now it's at $11.12. Then some more hyper rare. Iron Leaves EX is down more than half, more than 50%, down to $11.18 where it currently sits in the market price. Salvatore, talked about this one a while back, but I don't know. I don't love the card, even though I appreciate how detailed it is. And I do like that there's a Raichu going out the door with him. But not my favorite. Down a little bit to $11.27. Raging Bolt down to $12.11. The Hyper Rare is just not doing good. Here's our first green that I think we've seen today. Gengar up from $9.62 to $13.30. Gengar is a big part of this set. We have the Gastly, then we have this Gengar, then we have the Morty's Conviction Gengar, which we'll see here shortly. Iron Crown EX, this is the one. Apparently this does quite well in the TCG, so this is holding some value. Even the double rare EX Iron Crown holding a lot of value. It's above $10 right now. This ultra rare version is at $13.84. Then we have the Cinccino, actually up almost $4 to $14 even, which is a really, really cool card as well. Maximum Belt up a couple bucks to $15.08. Then we have Iron Crown. This is the hyper rare, still down, but this is the most expensive hyper rare card out of the set at $17.37 a week into Temporal Forces. Okay, I think this is the first special illustration rare we've seen, the Iron Boulder EX Mickey card, down a little over $1, currently at $24.01 in the market price. Then we have this Airy. This is the one I pulled last time, seeing a significant drop from $38.97 to $26.48. I've talked about it before, but I do really like that there's the Annihilate in this card, and there's the Lucario and the Toxicroak. I mean, they're pretty cool. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, Prime Catcher Ace Spec. This is the biggest one, and it has increased in value over the first week. $25.54 is where this sat on release day. Now it's at $31.05. So if you're pulling this card, that's a nice pull for the wallet. Bianca's Devotion, down quite a bit. $51.33 is where it started. Now it's at $34.59. Then we have the big one, Morty's Conviction, $43.82 is where it started, now at $38.66. So it has dropped a little bit, but lots of people, this is the chase card for because of that Gengar. Pretty cool. Honestly, it should just be called a Gengar card, not Morty's Conviction, in my opinion. But kind of cool to see the Pidgey down there as well, and Morty's just having a coffee and a latte and going shopping or whatever. I like the card a lot. I actually pulled this one twice on the opening day live stream, which was a lot of fun. This is one of the big ones that we need to talk about. Gastly Illustration Rare. Started at $9.60. It barely made the cut to make my release day markets video because I usually only look at cards that are $10 or more, but I had to include this one because it's just so cool. And now it's at $39.80. Is this the next Magikarp of Scarlet and Violet era, where it just continues to rise ever so slightly? Like, I think this one could, just because Gastly, Haunter, Gengar are fan favorites. There's all three of them in this card. The artwork is spectacular. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to watch this one, but there is a lot of hype and a lot of demand for this Gastly card, and about to eclipse $40 potentially. Okay, more special illustration rares. We got the Gouging Fire EX up from $42 even to $49.37. The texture on this card is absolutely phenomenal. Like, the light rays coming out from like the forest are the texture. It's absolutely ridiculous. Way, way, way better than on the screen, actually holding that one in your hand. Iron Leaves. This was the biggest card on release day. Iron Leaves. And I never understood why, because it's like, okay, don't get me wrong. I like the card, but it's not a top card of the set. It's just, I don't really get it, you know? And I think people share the same opinion as me. $75.09 is where it was on that release day market. Now it's at $53.64 and not even in the top three, I don't think. So now we have Walking Wake, on the other hand, increased pretty substantially from $36.74 to $54.08. So not too bad there. Really cool card. I pulled that one as well. Then Raging Bolt EX, $49.73. Up to $75.41. I actually bought a copy of this. I bought it at quite a low point, so I'm pretty happy about it. I paid 70 Canadian for it, so I'm quite happy with that purchase. Now it's at $75.41 in the market price USD. All right, we're into the biggest card, Iron Crown. So this one has just seen all sorts of gains and all sorts of weirdness happening. People are calling it the next Moonbryon. People are, I don't know, speculating the crap out of this card because I don't know what's happening. It started at $56.05. Now it's at $95.63. A few days ago, it was over $100. There was listings on TCGPlayer for $250. Like, what? What is happening? This is just speculation of my own, but I would expect this card to level off at like $70 to $90, somewhere in that realm would be my guess, but it certainly is a cool one. So it's time. We got to try and pull it. Iron Crown EX, the top card from Temporal Forces. Let's open 10 packs and see what we get. All right, so I've said it before, but honestly, I am pretty hyped for Temporal Forces. I like the set quite a bit. I like all the chase cards in it. I think it feels like a Chilling Reign type of set where there's a lot of chase cards in it. Drampa, yes sir. Love this card. Let's just go for a ride. Illustration rare right off the bat. I don't think this card is worth that much, but it is a really, really cool one. But Temporal Forces, like, you have the Iron Crown and the Iron Leaves, both cool cards. You got the Gouging Fire, the Walking Wake, and the Raging Bolt. Also 3 really cool cards. Then you have those trainer cards. Morty's Conviction, of course, with the Gengar. Bianca. People are liking Master Ball. Oh, we're on fire so far. My goodness. There's a lot of cards that I really like. Then, of course, the Gastly Illustration Rare. There's some good illustration rares in the set, to be honest with you. That Drampa is a pretty cool artwork, in my opinion. The Metagross that I pulled is also really, really cool. So, lots to like about the set. I think it could do well in the future. And with the Ace Spec cards, there's a lot to like about the TCG portion of this set as well. So, gonna be interesting to watch, that's for sure. And just the market manipulation that's happening. Like, everyone was talking about it in Discord and online about the Iron Crown just going wild on opening weekend. So who knows what's gonna happen, but I like it. Plus, it was just time. Like, Paldean Fates was getting a little bit stale. Paradox Rift, I'm still chasing that stupid Roaring Moon. Haven't been able to pull that one. So we'll see what happens. And now there's already talk that Twilight Masquerade coming out in the near-ish future is going to be boring. The chat in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, you should. The link is down below in the description. But we were talking about... Well, I wasn't really talking about it. Everyone else was talking about a new video talking about, like, the Blood Moon Ursaluna or something like that. How stupid that is. I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet. But people are already speculating that Twilight Masquerade is not going to be that good. And I'm like, literally, you haven't even seen the half of it. How can you tell? Plus, it's new Pokemon cards. How can you go wrong? We need to bring some positivity into this hobby, baby. And we need not this. We need the Iron Crown. Special Illustration Rare. Come on. All right, 3 packs left. Let's go. Let's get it. Have you guys been opening much Temporal Forces yet? I know a few people on the live stream specifically were like, ooh, I just got rocked. I might not open any more of this set. So, it's definitely something. The pull rates are still tough. And it'll be interesting to see about the pull rates, whether they affect the market price of cards as well or not. So, well, I don't know what I want this to be. The Walking Wake. Ultra rare. What's that, like a $2 card now? Just huge drops on these ones, but still really, really cool. Really, really cool. I like it. All right, last pack. We need it. Come on, baby. Crazy that the set has been out for a week already. Also, check this card out, because last I checked, it was like a $3 card on TCGPlayer. Definitely something to keep your eye on and potentially sell it for a couple bucks rather than just putting it in your bulk piles. All right, last chance. Nada. And nada. Still, 4 hits and a different rarity of each one. Walking Wake Ultra Rare, Miraidon Double Rare, Master Ball Ace Spec, and the Drampa Illustration Rare. Not too bad at all. Anyways, that's going to do it for me at the Poke Office. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you're thinking about Temporal Forces, whether you're liking it, whether you're hating it, whether you're in between. I think it's going to be a really interesting, fun set to watch, keep our eye on. So we'll be looking again next week at two-week mark and at the month mark, and we'll probably look at it a few times in between then as well. Yeah, let me know what you think, and until my next video, peace!